So you have to be very strategic about what you write down. I wouldn't write down all of the new vocabulary I've seen in an article, for instance. Just the main keywords and short phrases. So it's a mixture of a lot of writing and comprehensible input and speaking practice for me.
For sure. My brain explodes if I watch let's say a page in a book, for example, and then I have this OCD brain that I see the kind of statistical value or relevance of words in real time when I read them, and then it's like if I should write because we have researched this in Speakly for such a long time. So if I watch if I watch a word, let's say like a spoon, I would know where it kind of is in the real life statistical relevance of usage.
I hear you.
And then if I just look a page in a book, all I see is just like 89% of words that are never used in speech, and then some of them that are then that wouldn't even make sense for me, just from this pragmatic point of view that I want to start speaking the language. I don't need these words for sure. Even like if somebody wants to be perfectionist, that's fine. But just to be very realistic about what I need to have a conversation, let's say in Italian with you, like 90% of these words are not needed. We are not going to use them. So it's copying everything just in a random way. It doesn't make sense anyways.
Absolutely.
It's just kind of what I need, and because people have like 10 minutes per day or 15 minutes per day usually to study something, a language, and if they don't, and if they don't reach any success states that I can say this now, then it doesn't float well. They just won't continue. You were saying this about person that they experienced. You had a call with yesterday.
Yeah.
They experienced that. It didn't go well learning from the beginning, and probably that's the case, that people are just surrounded with a lot of material that won't give them this instantaneous feeling of I can use something, right? How do you overcome this? Like, do you kind of consciously think that what is needed for me in a language, what is not?
It definitely takes a while. I think when we start learning, and those of us who are exposed to a school language learning environment, we learn what is given to us. Your teacher will give you a worksheet of vocabulary about the house and furniture, and she's like, learn this for your test tomorrow. And we are trained that like what you see is what you need to study and know. Mm-hmm. At that point, at a school education level, we're not engaging with it like, am I really going to need to talk about the toolbox in the garage? No, we don't think about that. And it definitely takes a long time for you to engage a lot in speaking activities with people to realize what words are coming up often and what topics you want to talk about, to move away from learning everything that you see. And then the other thing is that we're so surrounded by free information everywhere, and a lot of these sort of free apps and textbooks that we get are providing us with the same basic beginner content, which is great for like a phrasebook or if you're just wanting to get a tester in the language. But you're not going to get very far if you're just learning fruits, colors, and greetings. So what I do is I try and learn a basic grammar structure first, learn a few vocabularies here and there, and try to create my own sentences up front, and then practice using that with people. So I'm going to sound like a broken record or sound really stupid at the beginning, but I try and decide what I want to talk about first. And I really love the lessons I get online with my tutors, because I can choose the topic we want to talk about. And I really enjoy talking about movies. And my Hungarian level is super beginner, and I would probably not be able to describe the entire plot of my favorite movie in there. But what I do is I just think of the words I need to know to describe the movie, the characters, and I work with what I have. And my tutor is super encouraging by asking questions at my level. So instead of saying, describe the whole plot of the movie to me, he'll just say what you can. And I was talking about the movie Cruella last week, and I couldn't say that, the villain has this dog that goes and attacks everybody. So I was like, there are two dogs. One is cute, one is ugly. She likes dogs. But that's helping me speak, right?
Yeah.
And more, if we keep talking about movies, then I'm going to get from the point of being able to say the movie has a dog to saying the character in the movie has a dog who has this type of personality type. So I take the topic I want to talk about, I use the little bit that I have, I build my confidence in being able to communicate to some extent, and then I learn over time. I hope that made sense.
Totally makes sense, but it sounds like, so this shows how conscious you are about what works for you and what is needed for your successful learning path. Yeah, I think usually people are not capable of doing this exactly for the reason because they are not given the skills to study, but just consume this.